What up, INFJs? How's everybody doing on this wonderful month? Couldn't even get through with the title yet. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Monday morning? I hope you're blessed and just really finding gratitude in the smallest things, even if that's that air in your lungs, as crazy as that sounds. Because if it's one thing that nobody can deny, it's your emotions. They kind of influence like your day in a sense, because like if you're in a bad mood or sad about something, it's gonna make your whole day miserable, and you're gonna get off track, and it's gonna be hard to focus. So even if you gotta tell yourself you're happy, sometimes that is the go-to. But I really wanted to make a response to my last video I made, because I'd found out some really, really, really bad news about being betrayed by somebody very, very close to me. And anybody with the right sense knows not to blab about your personal business, because that's just not only a unstable person, but unintelligent too, because you shouldn't be airing out your grievances instead of confronting the individual if you really want the best results. So that's just what I wanted to get into about my last video, because I was just going through really so much that I wasn't really paying too much attention to the weirdness of what I was saying. And one thing was like talking to my intuition. Now, for me, when I say intuition, voices, and visions, I'm not talking about like, this enchanted place and, this thing that I have that nobody else has. I mean, because that's probably how it got interpreted. But what I mean is like my intuition is also like, it plays back, like that's how it talks to me. It plays back like moments of things that happened that really affected me. And it just plays back and plays back and plays back. And it's almost like, instead of using it as courage, sometimes it could knock you down. Because it's like, it's called what it is. Sometimes we're vulnerable and we're weak. Like it's painful. It'll knock you down. But your intuition is your, in a sense, kind of like your lifeline, because it knows the right amount of what you need to get through the troubles that you're in, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of like what I was trying to explain. Like another way that like I feel like, my intuition is a voice to me, meaning like communication, is I could be in an environment and just have like a really, really, really bad feeling. And in that case, I really don't like to go against my intuition too much, even though like let's say I was counting on to do something, so there's a reason why I'm there. I can't be like the sketchy person and just take off. But more times than not, like when I feel so strong, like I only have one purpose, and that's getting out of there. And it's caused some trouble, but I don't think I ever want to see the day where I go against like my intuition, like when you have a bad feeling. So I hope I didn't really, because that's kind of the point of my message, was that like I've been stuck in my head a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. And the voices that I'm trying to drown out, like I'm saying, like being irresponsible and doing irresponsible things, is because you're doing a lot of pleasure. You're pleasuring yourself. So it's like, oh, I feel great. when really your intuition's trying to warn you about something. And you get wounded. You don't have. I'll just say my case. Being wounded. I don't have that upbeat, cheerful spirit of being a rock climber. Instead, I just have the spirit of just laying kind of in bed all day. But and it's funny as it sounds, we all have those days when we just kind of lay in bed. So let's just be honest with ourselves. But that was kind of one of those days because got some bad news. I already kind of felt it was coming, but I had to vent to somebody. I had to vent to somebody. And it's good to just let it out and talk. But I still want to hear other perspectives on your experiences and some coping mechanisms for you. I could kind of see like um, the secret side of the INFJ has because I seen that pattern on a lot of INFJ movies. Movies, videos, movies, all that great stuff. But that talked about our secret side because that might be I'll just say my perspective of not wanting to confine is kind of you don't want to burden the person and you just kind of feel like your problems are unimportant. That might just be something that I feel. And being super forgiving too, like that's something that's really disastrous for INFJ. And that's one of the reasons why I was going through the problems that I was going through because I seen the warning signs, but I still wanted to give the person the benefit of the doubt. And the world's quick to say like, oh well, blah blah blah, whatever. But you had good intentions. You weren't trying to gain. Your only intentions were to be there for someone that you felt needed your help, but they needed it just a different way. But I'm not mad. Cause we eventually have to get over our problems and move on, even though it stings. Cause my mind was just 5,000 different places, so that video was just really, really kind of weird and creepy as I was watching it. So hopefully this video explained a little bit, but if not, I'll make another to explain this one. So till the next one.